What if meditation made you invisible? Imagine you're sitting cross-legged in your room, eyes closed, taking deep breaths. You're not doing anything special, just a 10-minute guided meditation you found on YouTube. But then suddenly, you open your eyes and notice something strange. Your phone screen is still on, but you don't see your reflection in it. You glance toward the mirror. Nothing. Your body is gone. Somehow, meditation has made you invisible. At first, this sounds incredible. No more awkward small talk at parties. No more bosses peering over your shoulder at work. You could sneak into concerts, travel without tickets, and finally find out what your cat does when it thinks no one's watching. But before you get too excited, let's pause. What would really happen if meditation could turn you invisible? To start, invisibility would depend on how the physics of light interacts with your body. Normally, we see because light bounces off objects into our eyes. If meditation made you invisible, it would mean your body was no longer reflecting or absorbing light at all. In other words, during deep relaxation, you've somehow shifted into a different state of matter, maybe even into the quantum field Joe Dispenza always talks about, the place where everything exists as energy and possibility. Sounds mystical, right? But there's a catch. If light passes straight through you, so does heat. That means you'd lose warmth extremely fast. After 10 minutes of Zen breathing, you might not feel enlightened. You might feel like a human popsicle. You need to meditate near a heater, or else invisibility would give you hypothermia. Then there's the problem of food. If your digestive system also becomes invisible, how do you eat? Imagine grabbing a burger. The burger disappears as soon as it enters your mouth. To outsiders, it looks like floating fries or chewing themselves in midair. On the bright side, this would make you the greatest TikTok magician of all time. On the downside, it might ruin family dinners forever. But maybe invisibility isn't about light or physics at all. Maybe meditation simply shifts your perception so deeply into the present moment that other people's minds stop noticing you. It's like when you're in a crowded cafe and totally focused on your book. Someone might walk past you 5 times and never realize you were there. Meditation could amplify this mental invisibility. You wouldn't vanish physically, you'd just slip out of everyone's awareness, which is actually something monks have written about for centuries. Of course, governments wouldn't ignore this discovery for long. The moment word gets out that 10 minutes of mindfulness can erase you from sight, intelligence agencies would start mass recruiting yoga teachers. Airports would replace scanners with meditation booths. Instead of, "Take off your shoes," security would say, "Please empty your mind." Forget passports. Future travel might depend on whether you can reach theta brainwaves on command. But here's the truly mind-bending part. If meditation can make you invisible, what else could it do? Some quantum physicists argue that reality itself is shaped by observation. In other words, things exist the way they do, only because we agree to look at them that way. By closing your eyes and withdrawing attention, meditation cuts the agreement. The universe stops noticing you, and so do other people. You don't just turn invisible, you temporarily erase your old self and become pure possibility. Maybe that's the real meaning here. Not that meditation literally makes your body vanish like a superhero power, but that it removes you from the heavy expectations of everyday life. You're no longer the you with deadlines, labels, and worries. Instead, you enter the quantum field of potential, where you can rewrite the script. From this perspective, invisibility isn't a trick, it's freedom. The power to step outside the old story of who you were and quietly imagine who you could become. So, would meditation making you invisible be useful? Well, sneaking into free movies sounds fun, but the real treasure might be subtler. In a noisy, chaotic world, becoming invisible for a moment means finding peace. And who knows, if you stayed long enough in that space, maybe when you returned, people wouldn't just see you. They'd see the new version of you that you created while you were gone.